Okay, let's start off with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day, Father. Thank you for dying on the cross for us, Father. We just thank you for this moment that we have today with Will. God, we just want to ask you to guide us, Father. We ask you to be with us, Father. Sit with us, Father. Just be amongst us as we bring healing, as we bring joy to the people, as we laugh. I will hope that the people who are watching are definitely healed right where they are. In your precious name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, hello there. How are you?
Greetings and salutations.
Listen, welcome back to the Please Don't Irk Me show, okay? And today I'm so excited because I have none other
Don't do this to me.
than Will Mayer. Okay, because listen, will we go back?
Back.
We
flats on a Cadillac.
Okay.
With a sunroof top and a diamond in the back.
And listen, while you're in here, you might as well like a little bit. You might as well comment. You might as well share, okay? Because this episode is going to be complete chaos. So, so how have you been, Will? It's been a long time.
It has been a very long time.
It's been a very long time. How is life?
Life is lifing, but life is good because God is good. I got to give y'all that, huh? You started with a word of prayer. So I got to give you what I know. Life is good because God is good.
Don't start nothing in here, okay? We are only 2 minutes in. My Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So, I know that we really go back to high school. If anybody doesn't know, Will and I went to a high school called Drawer Academic Music Program, which is the best music school in Philly. I don't care what none of y'all have to say. I know some cat people may come in here. Hi, how are you? But yeah, how was life at Gamp? How did you feel about Gamp? Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
The premier and the preeminent school of music in the city of Philadelphia. Let me go ahead and say that because I know the babies in camp are going to jump in here, but they're not trained, okay?
Correctly.
All right,
correctly.
Let me say that there was only one group of people who never had to audition for all city music. Huh? It's quiet. I wish I had a piece of church in here. It's quiet. And that was us. So life at Gamp was, it was very interesting for me. So I started high school. I was the youngest in my class. Like I started high school, I think I was like 13 or about to turn 14.
Okay.
So like I graduated, I was 16. So it was interesting because I had come from a place where I was the only person who could do what I could do. Like I was the only person who could listen to something and sit down and play it on the keys.
Oh.
And then I got to Gamp and I was like, oh, everybody does that?
Oh, no. Everybody.
Oh, okay.
You said a little sheet music? Okay, that's okay. Nothing. We played by here for a long time.
Yeah, so it was interesting to me that I got there and everybody was like, 4 instruments, that's all you play? I could play 4 instruments when I was 4 years old. What have you done for me lately?
That's so true. If it's one thing Gamp was really, they were really high-headed.
Yes, so it was so much talent. And even when you look at the music industry today, a lot of the people with whom we went to high school, they are literally the movers and the shakers.
Yes.
Kiera Felton is like the vice president of Republic Records.
Wow.
CJ is a big producer.
Oh my God, CJ's doing his thing.
Yes,
oh my God.
Luis, right?
Oh
like,
yeah.
People that are in my class. The man is a Latin Grammy star. Like he is a star. Like
a real star. Really.
I went to high school with like some of the greatest musicians that today, the music that people listen to. I'm like, really? My friends played on that.
No, seriously. like even when people say like, oh, I went to this wedding, I was, or because I believe that CJ did Nas' wedding, Nas and Khalid's wedding when they were together. Lord Jesus, obviously there's been a turn of events. But even to know somebody like that, and to and even one time I believe that even CJ, before I went to college, I think for like my second year, he hit me up and said that Alicia Keys is looking for background singers, and I was just like, he was like, "Are you interested?" I was like, "Am I interested? Of course I'm interested." But my dad definitely said, "You're going back to school." And I said, "Okay." He said, "I already paid for that year. You ain't going interest
in a class. You can be interested all you want. Be interested. Okay, get your head in the book. Read
no, because I truly understand you have a dream. I get it because Martin Luther King had one too. But
listen.
I'm gonna need you to get that degree first.
Your dad said if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere,
I need you to do one thing. You got to wake up
and pay attention.
Oh, my Lord. Right. Now, at Gamp, who was your top 5 teachers? Top 5. Give it to us. Top 5.
My top 5, there was a woman we had called Jennifer Heck. She was paramount when it came to teaching English. Okay?
No, very much so.
And she always had an outfit that matched her BMW. Okay, she had a BMW for the winter and a BMW for the summer. Most people, this is back when people didn't even know what BMW was. Okay, she had one in the winter. She had one for the summer.
Listen, no, literally. Her and her husband probably had two separate ones.
Like, she came in one day and she said, you know, my husband was watching a commercial about whales and he decided he wanted to donate $25,000. Time out.
Wait, huh? Why is that available for you guys?
What are you doing? The whales will never see it. So Jennifer Heck is number one.
And also, like, you know, with her work, and I was just like, she probably come here just for fun.
Just
like, she literally just like, I needed something to do.
For kicks and giggles.
So literally, so they put me in the classroom in front of some students, and I just talk the whole time.
That was
really it.
And she was a black woman. Okay, let me start by, she was a black woman.
A black woman.
She was number one.
She's like on the par of like Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Like the way she carries herself with elegance and she always came covered up and things like that. Did she look amazing?
My.
Somebody put on Alexa. Who's number two?
Number two for me would be Dr. Jack Carr.
Oh, it has to be.
He is a controversial figure in the kingdom, but okay. That man. So I got to tell a story about Dr. Carr.
Ooh, talk to us. We love a story time.
People know about. Okay.
Anthony, not exclusive.
This is an exclusive. Okay. So when I was a senior in high school, and this is public knowledge. When I was a senior in high school, I got jumped. Little ruffled, a little tussle on the corner because
Excuse me?
Yeah. So when I was a senior in high school, there were some events that happened the day before where there were some girls messing with some neighborhood guys. I thought it was funny because I think everything is funny, right?
Oh, I don't like the way this is going. Oh, Lord.
And the next day, they caught me with some people I thought were my friends. I would name drop, but I'm not going to do that out of respect for the people.
Drop those names. Nah, drop them. Drop them right now.
Zaire, is that his name? Zaire was standing there. Hakeem was standing there. And Demetrius was standing there. Demetrius in my class. Okay? Yes. I do know first and last name. So if I need to get first and last name.
This is the first.
Okay. I'll get first and last name.
Governments is crazy, but
Okay. So the guys. So now me and Demetrius are supposed to be going to the library to do Jennifer Heck's project. Senior project, by the way. Okay.
Ooh,
so Lord. We were waiting, not on the corner of 22nd Street, but down the street where the 7 picked up. So we were going to get on the bus, go to the library, do our little projects, and go about our business. The guys from the day before that Joni was messing with showed up. Zaire looks across the street and says, dang, it's a lot of them. Y'all want to move down the street? Now, Zaire was from not far from where I was from. So I'm thinking like, I'm from 15th and Clearfield. I'm like, okay, I can fight. Like, if we get it in it, we in it. And my homies is gonna be in it with me because they from the same place, right? I was wrong. Oh boy, was I wrong. So Zaire like, yo, let's go down the street. I look at him like, Demetrius like, yeah, let's go down the street. I'm like, huh? What?
Why?
Be that as it may, we go down the street. So we stand on the corner of 22nd and Rittner now. We're standing right there on the corner. The boys come down the street, follow us down the street. It's probably like 10 or 11 of them. Oh. They go, yo, wasn't you with that girl yesterday? Me? Yeah, you. Absolutely, I was with her. Now, then I realized Demetrius, Hakeem, and Zaire backed up away from me. I said, yeah, I was with her. I was with her yesterday. And you thought it was funny yesterday? I said, funny story. I think it's funnier today. I sat on it, and it's funnier today.
Oh, my Lord.
So they like, yeah, well, we're trying to do something about it. I said, well, I'm standing here.
Oh, my gosh.
And then I insulted him further. I said, y'all from South Philly. All y'all going to do is jump me anyway. Y'all can't fight one-on-one.
Oh.
Because what we going to do? I don't anymore. I live a saved life. But then, I'm ready for it. Like, what's up?
He lived a life.
I did live a life. So we start fighting. They jump me, right? But I can, full disclosure, I can fight. Okay. Okay. So don't try me today.
I got no Jackie Chan in me,
I got it, okay? So we get to tussling, and I grabbed the one guy, ended up getting him up against the wall, and I broke his nose. I looked up and saw the people who called themselves my friends now. I didn't call them my friends. They called me their friend.
Oh, my God.
Watching. I said, don't worry, I got something for you. So that day after the fight, I go back into the building because cell phones wasn't free in 2007.
No, definitely was not.
2007. No. So I go back in the building to call my mom to let her know I'm still on my way because I was on my way to church. Because that's where I stayed all the time.
Right.
I call my mom and let my mom know. She's like, do I need to send your brothers down there? Do we need to? I'm like, oh, no, I'm good. The only thing I got is a busted lip because I have braces. Mm-hmm. Here's why Dr. Jack Carr is number 2 on that list. And he's really like 1A. He says
1A is really taking me out. I'm sorry.
Okay. Jennifer Hack is 1. He's like 1A. Okay. Here's why he's 1A. He says to me, get in the car. I said, excuse me? Get in the car. So he puts me in the car. Anthony Miller gets in the car. And Denatrius Perry.
Not my cousin. Come on, cousin.
Yes. And Denatrius Perry, or Chrissy as we call her, gets in the car. Now, we all get in the car. We go riding around. Dr. Carr is looking for these boys.
Ooh.
We pull up to the playground where they are. I said, oh, that's them right there. He said, are you sure? I said, I know.
I just got finished fighting them, Jack.
Just got finished fighting them.
Just got finished.
I know. That's them right there. He says, don't ever worry about it ever again. Oh, okay. He made a phone call, and that was it. I've never seen them boys from that day to this day. Okay? I'm telling you, that's the God's honest truth.
Hands up to God.
And the very next day, the people who were my friends, Yasmin and Inazar, et cetera, Raquel, they went at Demetrius, they went at Zaire, and they went at Hakeem because how would y'all leave me? Why would y'all leave me
As they
standing
should.
there? Why would y'all leave me standing there fighting by myself?
Also, them 3 didn't play about people that they love.
They did not.
Never, not once. Not once.
And I'm grateful. I never told them thank you. I'm grateful to this day for them doing that because they didn't have to do that. Right. Anthony didn't have to get in that car. Chrissy didn't have to get in the car. They got in the car on whatever I was on.
Yeah.
Because we were friends like that. And that was when I understood. So that's why Jack, in that story time, that's why Jack
here
would be
for
1A.
This.
That's why
Listen,
Jack
I love a story time. First of all, that was really deep. Oh my God.
Wasn't it deep?
Listen, that part might just go viral all by itself.
Don't hunt them people down, please.
No.
Wear
We're
them people
all grown
out.
now, y'all.
Please.
Listen, Tiffany Evans. Somebody play Tiffany Evans real quick, please. We are grown now, please.
We are no longer.
Who would be number 3? Who would be number 3?
Jennifer, Eva Martin.
Oh,
Miss Martin. I loved her so much.
First of all, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, yes.
Because that really hurt me because I'll tell a story. You would have never met me if it wasn't for Mrs. Martin. You would have never met me because we all took a summer course. We took algebra to get into the one class. If anybody doesn't know, at Gamp, there's like 500 students, literally. And there's like 2 classes for each grade, pretty much. And it went from 5th grade all the way to 12th grade. Yep. So it's like 500 students, and there's only like 60 people in each class. So there was the 1 class, and there was a 2 class. Yep. So I was taking the summer course to get into the 1 class, but I failed it. The only math class I ever failed in my life. Give me a second, because I'm very good at math.
We're grateful for it. Because you got to be where you belong.
Yeah, no, literally. So since I wasn't able to do well in that class, she was just like, you're still going to Gamp. She was like, because I want to see you here. Yeah. She was like, I really think you're a great fit for the high school. So I was just like, you know what? I mean, if you say so, I'll go. So thankfully, if it really was for her, I mean, people that were in that class were like Jade, Jasmine Moore was there as well. I don't know if you remember Kelsey, Kristen.
Let me park. Can we double park right there by saying the 2s had the personality?
Oh my God, we were the reason that the school was actually good.
Absolutely.
That's no shade towards anybody else. Because the 2 class, we had the talent, we had the pizzazz, we had the personality and things like that. And the teacher used to see us coming. I mean, they used to hate it on so many levels. Literally. But if it really was not for Mrs. Martin, I would have not been able to meet you. I wouldn't have been able to meet even Cordell, even some people, Samuel. I wouldn't be able to meet any of these people that I love still till today. So I really got to give it to her for sure. Who would be number 4?
Number 4 would be affectionately we call her Miss Green. Debbie Warfield.
I love her.
She is par excellence. She is,
and I love her spirit.
I do.
Like her spirit
Absolutely.
is so pure.
Absolutely.
Like and I used to always ask, Cordella Jade, because they were in her class, and I was like, have you ever seen her like mad before? And they were just like, no, don't try her. Like she's a very nice person, but don't try her, because if you try her,
she's not.
That's going to be it. That's literally going to be it.
Not to be toyed.
No, even when I said I wish I had the opportunity to see her when we went to the gala, and I'll get you together in a second about that. And because we seen each other, we were going to hug each other, but then people pulled us in different directions to go do different things, and I was just like, I can't even believe that I wasn't even able to say hi to her or touch her, because she is very, very supportive of my show. She's very supportive of my platform. Even when I do the podcast with Jade as well, I'm Not in the Mood podcast, she's always there commenting and liking, and it's like she's like the mother for like all of us. Like she really is.
She's very supportive. And even when I was in high school and I was like, going, I was doing sort of things I shouldn't have been doing. She would just like Ms. Martin, she would like pull me to the side and be like, now good and well you ain't supposed to cut that.
Now
No, you ain't got no business cutting that class. You ain't got no business. And I'd be like,
because I know your mama.
Literally, I know your mom. I'm like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Let me go ahead and get back in line.
Let's sit this one out.
Y'all got it. I'm a reel it on back in.
Who would be number 5?
And number 5, and it's crazy. This list, with the exception, that was nasty. This list, with the exception of that one, is all black women.
Oh,
okay. Mm-hmm. And so number 5 would be Shirley Scott.
Miss Scott was my life. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like her in high school.
You say you didn't?
Couldn't stand her in high school.
Why not?
Because what I didn't understand in high school that I understand now is she wanted to hold us to a higher standard.
Yes, she did.
She knew that we were smarter than we behaved.
Than what we were giving.
In high school.
That is very true.
And so I could not for the life of me understand why her and Ms. Martin were such good girlfriends and why they would sniggle and giggle together. No. And I'm just like, Ms. Martin, her?
Out of all people,
please,
nobody else was available.
Anybody, please. This is who you chose. Like what? Today, I'm like, dang, she really did care.
No,
like,
she really did
care.
And also, and people will say that, people think probably she was mean or something like that, or that she just didn't tolerate anything less than an A.
Absolutely.
And she would tell you, she was just like, you giving me this C is more disrespectful to me.
Right.
Because you see me up here teaching you time and time again. And I tell you each and every time, if you need me to explain it again, I will explain it again. Now, will I be happy explaining it again? Absolutely not. Because I was very clear the first 300 times I told you about that MX plus B.
And you better know, she was going to tell you the M plus the X equals a B.
With that Diet Pepsi, okay? It was very available.
She had that Diet Pepsi. She kept that Diet Pepsi. So, yeah, that would be my top 5.
Your top 5. Okay, so which one was the worst teacher?
The worst teacher?
The worst teacher.
Oh, my goodness. I can't answer that out of them. Boy, do I have some names. Boy, do I got some names, okay?
Listen,
that one that taught that algebra, the Greek one.
Who?
Mr.
I don't think I met him.
I'll give y'all. Oh, you don't know him either. He was the Spanish teacher, and I think he ended up being on like Jerry Springer or Maury or something.
Oh, I didn't know about him.
Mr. Ramondo.
Oh, I heard about him.
That man was a joke to us.
I heard about him because was he before Miss Populardo or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was right before her. So y'all are welcome, for getting y'all an actual Spanish teacher. Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I do.
No, I mean, she was, okay,
Well, it was better than what we had, I'm telling you.
I mean, probably. I mean, she did know how to speak Spanish and French.
He walked in with that guitar and was strumming a G chord. And at first, he wasn't even strumming G because, we have the perfect pitch. And we in there like, that's not G, that's A. G. And he's like, G. And we're like, nope, that's definitely not G, brother. And then he got in there and told him, this is the pizza song. Esta la pizza song. First of all.
You can go to hell.
I mean,
today.
And take the song with you. And take the guitar.
Not my first day of freshman year.
We don't
I know
want it.
you lying.
We don't want it. You can take that and go.
You can really keep that. I mean, really, really, really keep it.
Because we don't want it at all. We didn't want it. So bad.
We never needed it.
That Dr. Carr had to walk into our classroom one day and was like, what's wrong with y'all? And we were like, what you mean what's wrong with us? He said, the man doesn't want to come back and teach no more. And we're like, he's not teaching us.
Well, I mean, he never did no such thing.
Assuming that he taught.
Haven't seen a lesson nor a plan. Haven't seen one.
Ain't seen one yet. and today, ain't seen one, okay? Ain't seen one today. Okay? Man ain't showed me a lesson nor plan yet. Okay? So we had to put him out. We had to put him out. And so we just acted so terribly. And he was like, I don't want to come to work anymore. Good.
No, seriously, because we never wanted you to.
We didn't want you here.
Like, I mean, and I know for me, myself, I was thinking, I didn't want you here yesterday. But that's just me. I don't know.
I thought you were sub to begin with. Right. Let's start here, okay? Let's start there.
I thought it was temporary.
You showed up again. Another day. Okay. You want to play my face, okay?
What's one thing that Gamp taught you that you still use today? What's one thing that Gamp instilled in you that you still exude today?
It's so interesting. So I actually sort of use it with my students today. I don't cut corners when it comes to music. I don't cut corners. I only want excellence. And that was something I didn't understand, right? Because I played by ear before I could read music. Yeah. So I'm like, nobody will know. Only I can hear the difference.
No, and these people know the difference.
And people know the difference.
Yes, they do.
And they will call you out on the difference.
They will.
Right? Like, it's like...
to your face, too.
You played an F sharp minor when it should have been
key.
Right, you can't transpose it. Learn how to play in every key.
No, right? so you're only playing in C on every single keyboard or every single piano.
Right, people notice that stuff.
No, yeah.
And so I learned that the devil is literally in the details. Like, you have to take the time. It doesn't matter in what you do. You can be, you can be a dancer. Okay, you can be an exotic dancer. You can be shaking a tail feather on the corner at Hunting Park. If you are not putting the details in, what even are you doing? You may as well not do it.
Why'd you show up today?
Why are you here if you're not going to be disciplined?
Like, if you're not going to do it to the best of your ability.
Literally.
Because I tell people that all the time when it's just like, you can tell the difference when somebody just rehearsed it today or somebody that really sat with it and actually learned it. Because some people can, and I think it's incredible. A lot of people can play by ear. A lot of people can, pick it up like right then and there. Wonderful. And I think that's incredible. But like, I feel like you're playing around too much.
Yes.
Like, I love how that one time when Dorinda Clark Cole called out that organist.
That's right.
And she was like, you playing chords, but that's not even the chords of the song.
The wrong one.
You're literally following me, which I'm happy that you're doing that very well.
However, comma. That ain't it.
Get off. Because I'll sing this a cappella more than anything and sound better.
And the thing about Dorinda is she can sit down and play it herself.
The whole family can.
Exactly.
They can accompany themselves and not play around. Because we all know what Twinkie was doing. Twinkie said, sit next to me.
Sit next to me.
Sit next to me. We're going to have a conversation.
We're going to play. Right? So there are two things that I take with me. And the first thing is hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard. That's literally like Gamp told me that. And then the other thing was that like, you're not the only one. So be the best at what you do. I lied 3 things. The third thing was it's not always what you know, it's who you know.
Oh,
that's the South Philly mantra. It ain't what
no,
you know,
really.
because,
no, seriously. Because a lot of people, and I think it's great that you had great credentials and things like that. I love how some people they're really proud of the letters before the name and the letters after the name. Because I'm proud of you too. Because I don't have not nailed one. So
listen here, okay.
So but it really is all about networking, and it really is all about making sure that you're always connected with the people. That's why y'all see me do street interviews. Listen,
we would sing. I mean, you were there. We would sing for like the Queen. We would sing for presidents.
Yeah.
We would sing for governors. And I'm like, how is it that this little teeny tiny school with 13 people in it, how do we get here? Like, max, it was 13 of us. How did we get
one in
here?
each grade, literally.
Literally one person, one teacher in every class. And that was the whole school. How are we at Buckingham Palace?
No, really.
Singing. How do we sing? Like, we sang for the opening of the Susan G. Komen breast cancer that Fox
We
Chase.
did.
How do we? Who? Like what?
We even sang behind Stephanie Mills
right.
when she sang "Stand" for
Right.
the MLK holiday.
So like your network is everything.
It
and
really
so many
is.
people cheapen their circle,
Mm-hmm.
and like you wonder why you still okay.
I mean,
You got to get that network up. It ain't what you know.
I will say for sure, every single music teacher always wanted the best for us.
Always.
There was not one time that I felt like they were jealous of us, or they would say like, you know, I mean, so some of them did have their moments for sure,
Yeah,
but it was more out of love that it's just
Yes.
like, I see what you can
Yeah.
do and what you can't do.
Yes.
Now, I want you to know that you are great the way that
Yes.
you are, but I
But you
know
can be
ways
better.
that you can be better.
Absolutely.
Now, am I going to push you and really aggravate you?
And I mean push.
Absolutely.
Boy, I mean
I'm going to
push.
push you out of your range. And they made you explore
Yes.
and they made you discover
Yes.
what more that you had for yourself.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
they seen that they've been
They
doing this
saw
for
it.
a
They've been doing it
long
for
time.
centuries.
No, seriously,
Centuries.
because a lot of people think that even Mr. Morrow, you know, being a tenor, even though I still don't believe I'm a tenor, still believe I'm a baritone. So,
Lazy, just a lazy tenor.
I am a lazy
You would
tenor.
say.
I'm lazy. Or people. I mean, I can still sing alto or something like that. But even like Mr. Morrow, he would tell me like, stop playing around because you have a gift.
Yes.
Stop playing. Like you're literally acting like you can't be great.
Right.
You're literally not taking your gift seriously.
Right.
And I really want you to start doing that.
Right.
And even though I was 13, 14, 15, I'm just like, Mr. Morrow, please,
Yeah,
I
let's
don't
go,
care
right,
about
yeah,
that.
right. Ain't trying to hear it.
I'm not
Go
trying to
ahead.
hear that. I'm not trying to hear it. But then now when I look back on it, I'm just like, that same thing that he saw in me, I'm starting to see in myself.
Yeah.
Now, I wish I would have caught up the time that he was telling me.
Right.
But at
right.
this big age that I'm at right now, I'm just like, I have so much to offer this world that like, I got to stop playing. I really got to make this thing really happen.
And let me honorable mention his wife, Dorena Morrow. Okay, who taught at Gamp first before she went over to the help
the other side.
help the less fortunate.
Because they needed it.
They
really needed it. They
needed
really
the
did. So you graduated from Gamp, then
Yes.
you went to Lincoln University.
The first
HBCU.
historically black college and university in the world.
In
Craig,
the
okay?
world.
We
The
graduated
world.
doctors and presidents, lawyers,
Did.
galore. Okay?
How did it feel going to HBCU? How did it feel being around your own people?
It was interesting. So when I got out of Gamp, I had gotten into every school I applied to. So I applied to George Washington University, Georgetown, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I got into all these universities, Arcadia, IUP, and I went to Drexel. So I got into Drexel for mechanical
Expensive.
engineering.
Jesus Christ.
So I shadowed a student. And that's part of why I went to Lincoln, okay? Because I didn't have $64,000 a year living in North Philadelphia to pay for no education.
People don't understand Drexel is
It's
expensive.
expensive as a boot.
No.
You hear me? Like, excuse
Not
me?
a boo.
Who got that kind of money? I'm po. Like, I can't even afford the R. I am po. Okay? Legitimately po. I ain't got two pennies to rub together. Okay? Struggling.
Not even available.
It's-
They're nowhere to be found.
Okay, don't see him today. Don't see him. So I went to Drexel. I shadowed a student. He was a mechanical engineering student. This was like the accepted day that they had. And I got in and I'm like, oh, this is nice. Right? They had like a little t-shirt with my name on it. Like a little cup. I'm like,
they were stepping their game up.
big pimpin' spending jeans. Okay. Right. And then we got to the crux of it. And I was like, I'm sorry, who's going to do this math every single day? They're like,
Every
oh no,
single
this is the
time?
math that's in the field. I said, thanks, but no thanks. Right? No
Not around
thanks.
this field.
Kingdom blessings. Okay. So I left and I went to Lincoln University. Shout out to the Fullenwellens, Cynthia Fullenwellen, Kenny Fullenwellen, Aunt Sen, Uncle Kenny. They took us on HBCU tours back in the day, right?
That's so needed. That's
It is
so needed.
so needed. So I had a conversation with them and they said to me, you've been going to school with white people your entire life. You've been learning a whitewashed education your whole life where Europeans, now hear me, where Europeans are the center of your education, where they are the standard of your education. Why don't you go see what it looks like when you are the center of your education? When your professors look and sound like you, when they understand your culture, where they understand your colloquialisms.
Talk to me nice.
My word. where they understand what it means to struggle to get out the bed at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh.
So I went with them to Lincoln University. And for the first time in my life, I saw educated Black people dressed. The girls had full faces of makeup, hair done, heels on.
Love it.
At 7:30 a.m.
That is very true too.
Strutting to class. The guys had on suits with ties. Their belts were flush with their like button line. I said, "Oh,
exclusive what?
It exists outside of watching Hillman University, right? Like it exists outside of a different world."
Yeah.
And it changed my life to be able to be around people that looked like me, that sounded like me, that could laugh. Like I felt like I was at home. You know, I'm in school and I can't laugh as loud as I want to because it's like, oh, you can't trigger the white people because they don't laugh that loud, and that's not the standard. When I got to Lincoln, it was like, you can laugh as loud as you want to laugh, and nobody gonna say nothing.
No.
Because we all gonna sniggle with you right on the ground. We gonna
absolute no, really.
We slapping
a knee slapper.
It's a knee slapper. And we're all getting up and we running because it was that funny.
No, it was.
And my professors I had a professor named Dr. Walton who would, so we would cut his class and we would go like to the CAF, because at the HBCU, the CAF is where it was happening. Like that was it. And he would walk into the CAF and he'd be like, "You belong in my class. You belong in my class. You belong in my class. Let's go now." Oh, all right, I gotta go, y'all. Okay.
You can put that fork down.
Oh, put it down, grab this knapsack, and I'm going to the class I should have been in at 10:50.
Knapsack is
right? Okay. So it is something that changed my life, because I met a lot of the people that I'm still friends with now that are, they're lobbyists in DC, they're lawmakers, right? They are government officials. I met the people that also move and shake the world. Like it's incredible. And they all look like me.
Yeah.
Which means it can be done.
Yeah,
right?
because it really can. Because even when I went to HBCU, I went to UME. I wasn't able to graduate, but to even have the experience of having people around me that want to get to know me for me. Absolutely. and of course, it's great when Black people can come together and not be ghetto loud, because people already label us as that, which is very unfortunate, because that's not even me. That's not even us. Like it really is
not even us.
But people, we automatically get labeled as that because we're Black. Right. That's really what it is. So when I went to HBCU, I was just like, wow, that person looks like me, and they're happy being Black. Right. Because when you've been around white people for so long, that it's just like, I don't even know my identity anymore. Or actually identify myself with you when like you wouldn't even know my struggle.
You don't even know don't you know my struggle. You don't care.
No.
You don't even care to know, because my struggle came from you. You're the reason I'm struggling. And so you don't even care. Like you don't even get, like, don't piss me off because you don't even care. Right. So like, y'all want me to just sit around and toil the land and toil the field for you. And you don't even want me to see that people that look like me can be astrophysicists. Like, I had this conversation the other day with a friend of mine who's a filmmaker, and it was like, how come every time you look at a major motion picture, we're either slaves or we're criminals? How come I can't see somebody Black just riding a dragon?
Right.
Like, maybe I want to ride a dragon.
And the people were pissed if like anything like the whole Little Mermaid thing when that happened. They were just like, a Black girl is gonna be a mermaid. I'm just like, well, first and foremost, mermaids aren't even real. Let's put facts
Can
with
we
facts.
Start at the beginning?
Like we really have to
go all the way back to the beginning.
And even I really hate when people say like this is an all Black cast movie. No, it's just a movie.
It's a movie.
Like you don't have to label
because
it as
it's been all white cast movie for the last 900 years.
Yeah, I mean, would you say that when it's like an all white cast? Would you say that? You wouldn't.
Here was my thing for the whole Little Mermaid. You're like, oh, all in Black y'all pushed in the ocean. What else would you expect a mermaid to even be? Okay, let's start there. Y'all were carting us from sea to shining sea. What else would a mermaid be? I mean, let's be real. To shining sea. We were going to and fro the ends of the world. What else would a mermaid be?
No.
You think, in God's infinite wisdom, something as miraculous as a mermaid would be you? You don't even have your own culture. Do you think he'd give you dominion over the sea? Okay. All right.
Because you already know people pissing me off every day. Every single time I literally open up my phone, I'm just like, okay, here we go.
Me.
No, because
don't do it.
because sometimes I really want to understand the thinking process of white people, but then I had to realize it's not my responsibility to do
above
that.
Me now. It's
literally above my pay grade. It's literally above me because at the same time, y'all would never. And I always tell people, you will never understand somebody else's struggle or their life. So like, it's not for me to ever understand that because in the first place, I don't even want to.
Don't.
Like, I really don't.
Could you imagine you woke up one day? Never mind.
I don't like the way this goes.
Never mind.
So you graduated. Praise the Lord.
Bless his name.
And then now you have a podcast. Well, it's been around for some time.
Yes,
it's called Bro Talk Live.
It is called Bro Talk Live.
Yes, tell us about it.
Oh, it is literally one of the joys of my life.
No, because y'all be cutting up. And I be like, y'all have to chill like at some point.
So literally,
it's like, I'm sorry. And also nothing is like off limits.
Not one thing is off limits on
They
Bro
keep
Talk
it
Live.
very real, literally.
That, right? Nothing is off limits. So Bro Talk Live literally started out as our group chat. In 2000 and some of them are, a little older than I am. All of them are older than me. Praise the Lord. But we linked up together in Lincoln University. That's literally where we met. And in 2008, when the iPhone came out, we all had Blackberries, right? We were BBMing each other.
Back.
I am taking it back. Because that's how we met, right?
Not the BBM.
We would BBM, and shout out to Professor Hugavine because we BBM'd right through that class, film history, okay? We BBM'd right on through that thing. Glory to his name, okay? And so when the iPhone came out, we all went and got iPhones together. And my group chat right now is the exact same group chat from 2008.
Wow.
And they were like, literally, it was born out of, our group chat is hilarious. We should take this and put it on the podcast. And that's actually what we did. That's just what we did.
But you know what's crazy? They started before even podcasts even became a thing.
We did.
Like, you guys been around. And I know this is becoming like, a big thing now, but like you guys were doing it way before people were even given microphones. Like, so literally.
The only group that was out before us, and y'all can check. Y'all can go ahead and fact check me.
No, literally fact check it because
the Scorpion
I've been
Show.
there since day one.
Yeah, since day one. The only people that was out before us was the Scorpion Show.
Oh, okay.
And shout out to Mikkel and Kevin, the good friends of mine. Mm-hmm. And I called Mikkel like, yo, I know y'all do a podcast. We about to do one. And he was like, yo, go for it. It's going to be big. Eventually, it ain't big now. Do it now. And so we started. And so we've been around and, we watched people. Now, here's where the maturity in God comes in. Because
Talk to me nice.
We've watched people who started after us get bigger than us, right? And it's like, well, where?
Ooh, you already talking good.
Watch this. Because if God is blessing my neighbor, he's in the neighborhood.
Oh, come on here.
All right.
Don't start nothing.
Close the doors, ushers. Ushers, close the door.
Close the door.
It's offering time. I've already preached.
Close the door.
Close the door. But yeah, man, Bro Talk Live. So we are a group of millennials, which Jesus Christmas makes us old now because it's Gen Z and Gen Alpha. We are millennials and we discuss everything that's going on from the news, politics. We got a segment called Hit It and Quit It where we just like literally we hit a subject and it's like, all right, cut it off in the mid thought. We're like, and we're moving on to the next thing.
I like that. Nope, shut it down.
Shut it down. I host a segment on there called Questions.
Yes.
Where we have our viewership, and it's funny to me that they still write us. Viewers write us questions about their life. No. Okay, because you got to watch Bro Talk Live and then understand why are y'all still writing these people? Because they're gonna wear you out. Because we gonna wear you. You write us something
like literally
crazy.
insufferable.
I'll give you one of my favorite questions, and it was from 8 years ago.
Oh,
right. This girl wrote us because her brother had gotten out of jail, right? And they were having a family cookout. And the brother came home from jail and basically like poisoned the lemonade. and put a laxative in the lemonade, and the entire family was wearing themselves out, defecating on themselves at the cookout. And she wanted to know how to approach the brother because he was an ex-convict, and she didn't want him to go off and end up back in jail.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Yes. Yeah, she like, how do I approach my brother? Because we know it was him. Huh? He did what? Even our grandma was like pooping on herself. What?
Not Granny. Jesus Christ.
You wore grandma out? Grandma didn't put you in
Granny
jail.
didn't do anything.
She didn't do that to you.
She just made the sides. That's it.
She bought the yams. She made the macaroni salad. Why would you do that to her? So, yes. Bro Talk Live is a joy. It is a joy every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock p.m.
Come on here. Listen. Listen, because they always got time. They always have time for sure.
The best ability is availability. Okay. Right. Praise his name.
Yeah, he is really killing me. So now you are a pastor.
Yes, I pastor.
Tell us about your church and tell us where it's located and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so I pastor a church. Yes, I am in, let me start by saying I am in the Grand Old Church of God in Christ. Okay, we joke around, we call it the Church of God in Cash.
Church of God in Cash. I was going to say it. I was like, I'll
say it. I ain't scared of nobody. Okay, I ain't scared of nobody. All right?
Besides the Lord.
That's it. He's the only one. He's got a heaven and hell to put me in. The rest of these people, okay, kingdom blessings. That's what I say to them. But I pastor a growing church. It's called Pinkett Tabernacle. It's on 1915 North 21st Street.
Okay.
That's 21st and Berks. Yes, it's in the hood. I pastor in the hood. I grew up around the corner from there. And so it's interesting to me to be back there in this role. Not necessarily old, but all the young people call me Unc. So I'm like at Unc status.
I know. That really hurts my feelings when people call me that. I'm just I'm 16. Not Uncle.
I was just 16. 16 at war.
Right.
And now I'm telling these people to get right or get left. Come on here. Jesus is coming any day now. I'm the town
Any
Christ.
day.
Any day.
Any day. What made you become a pastor in the first place?
Let me start by saying I didn't want to pastor. Okay, I did not want to pastor. I didn't want to preach. I wanted to stay as a musician, and I wanted to live the life of drugs, sex, and rock and roll. Okay, when I was in college, I would constantly, I would go out and party with my friends, and come on, let's be honest.
Listen, tell you to shame that devil.
The Bible lets us know truth will make you free. Somebody's got to be free here today. Okay, somebody's got to be free. I'm coming to free somebody. Come on. Be free today, okay? And there were things that would consistently pop up, like while I was at parties, right? Like people would call me, like I'm drinking, I'm at a party, and people would call me like, my mom just was diagnosed with cancer. Can you pray for me? How am I about to pray for you? I'm drunk. I can't pray for you in this state.
Yeah.
Hey, at 2:30 in the morning, I think I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
what? I'm at a party right now. Can you hold on till the morning?
Not till the morning. Like right. I'm thinking like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
I'll give you a call back.
Just ring me back when we coming down. Like I don't,
You're at a high.
I'm here and you bringing me low. Let's dial this back when the sun comes up.
Has to stop.
I need business hours. Okay, and I realized that the life of drug, sex, and rock and roll was not for me. Like that was not it. Angie Stone was my cousin. And I would talk to her constantly about what I wanted to do versus, like, as Dr. Kevin Bond would say, the dichotomy of man. Okay? I was at a dichotomy. I wanted to do this, and I understood that I was supposed to do this. So years ago, a pastorate was offered to me in 2013. I just started being vocal about this. My church knows that I told the story. And I was excited because some of my friends had, started pastoring, quitting their jobs and going into the ministry, that kind of thing. I wasn't doing that because the saints don't pay enough. Praise the Lord. I like nice things. Amen. Okay. Bless his name.
Be clear about that.
Let's be very clear. I go to work every single day. Okay. I can afford my own lifestyle. I'm not getting rich off the church. Let's start there. Hallelujah to Jesus.
Let's be very clear again.
I'm going to go ahead and say that because I know there's a common misconception.
Listen, you already know that pastors are really stealing from churches and things like that.
Y'all don't pay enough. Y'all don't pay enough. Okay. My BMW needs to be repaired right now. Guess who's going to pay for it? Me, not the church. Glory. Okay. And so the pastorate was offered to me, and I was like really excited. I told the people, I'm like, yeah, you know what? Give me a week. Let me pray about it, and I'm gonna get back to you. And part of me was saying that just in vain, like, that's the response that needs to be given. And I actually went down in prayer, and I ended up going to sleep that night, mid-prayer. I like fell asleep. And the Lord showed me a dream where if I accepted it at that time, he would have killed me.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, this is serious. So, I started shifting some things in my life, things that I used to do. I don't do no more. I'll leave it there.
No,
things
Lord.
I used to say.
I don't say no more.
Come on here. The way I used to walk.
Yeah, listen.
All right. I know, and some people don't
Listen.
like it, but that's okay. That's between them and the Lord. They got to work that out. I'm free from that. I'm free. Okay. And so
You better talk your talk.
let me. And so
I'm here for this.
I legitimately started shifting my life, and things started happening, and God gave me the green light. And so it happened in a very, very interesting way. I deployed to the Middle East. Yes, I am a real life patriot. Okay. This is what a
Real
patriot
life.
looks like.
Real life.
I mean, like bombed in
No,
Syria,
literally real life.
like going to Iraq, the whole bit, right? And when I came back home, a church called me like, listen, we talked previously before you got deployed. Where are you with this? I said, and I responded to them. I said, I got to pray. And they said to me, all right, pray and come back to us. And in my flesh, I didn't want to, because things didn't go the way I thought they should have gone the first time with these particular group of people. And so I circled back, and I put my flesh aside, right? Because God was like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. I'm giving you a burden to get people free.
Ooh.
The burden is that people need to hear about me. Right? What I did for you, I need to do for somebody else. And I can't do it if you don't open up your mouth and do it from where I'm telling you to do it from. Ooh. And so being in the Middle East absolutely helped change my perception. It legitimately changed my life, because I was able to see God move in a place where America and Americans don't typically think God could be found. Right? And that was the place where it all happened. Somebody should catch that. Okay. I was in the Middle East.
This is so good. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Baptized my soldiers in the Jordan River where John baptized Jesus. Baptized myself in this. Okay. Come on here. I've been, right? Walked down the Via Dolorosa highway.
Please
walked to Calvary. I saw it for myself. And I, even when I was in Saudi Arabia, I went to Mecca. And I had a conversation with an imam that said, he said, do you have your own Quran? I said, yeah, I got my own Quran. I got a Quran sitting in the house. He said, read it. I said, well, what you gonna tell me that I don't already know?
Yeah.
I'm Kojic. I know it. You can't tell me that I don't know.
I know,
and he
right?
said, no, read it. The Quran is the only holy book in the world with a book dedicated to Mary, the mother of Jesus. And then this Muslim imam said to me, I'm waiting for Jesus to come back too.
Wow.
Change my life, right? And so then I got to the book of Revelation, where John said that the angel, the angel showed him heaven, and he said, who are these people? 144,000, 12 of the tribes of, Ephraim and Manasseh, and he goes through. He says, but this number I can't enumerate, right? He said, who are these? These are them that have come through great tribulation, right? And then he says that there were all kinds of people with all kindreds, all different languages around the throne, and all white. Right. So we have this conception that like we're the only people going to heaven. Yeah. Come out of that. Not when John said that there were all kinds of people. So I was in the Middle East, and I was able to see God move almost in a pure form, right? Now watch this, without the Western tint of slavery that we have, right? See, in America, we've got this whole sort of, and it's not, let me interject by saying, Christianity is not a slaver's religion. No. Let's start there. The Ethiopian Coptic Church did the work almost 5,000 years before Jesus even showed up on the scene. Okay. And before slavery got to Africa, the Ethiopians had it. Right. And they were telling us Jesus was coming. Okay. So For all of you Hebrew Israelites out there,
No, because they
dresses,
are really on the corners. They are not playing these days, and it's crazy because I don't. The reason, listen, wherever you worship, whoever you go to in prayer, that's between you and that person. That's between you and that so-called God, right? So like my thing is that like you can do whatever you want. I just don't want you spewing about something that you don't know anything about. Because one thing that God is not, he's not a God of confusion.
That's easy. Definitely not that.
Because he wants the truth to be said, that's right? It. But we have to make sure that we're treading lightly with what we call truth.
That's it.
Because a lot of people think that they know the truth, but I'm just like, no, you're giving an opinion.
That's it.
And I think that's incredible for you. And I'm really happy for you that you came to this realization that it's just like, I was thinking about it this way. What does the actual Bible say?
Because people will manipulate the scriptures, and that's witchcraft.
Yeah.
We don't got to get into it, right?
No, listen.
But I'm just saying when they get out, when people, not just saying when people get out and they'll tell you stuff like, oh, white people are going to hell. But John 3:16 says, for God so loved the world.
That he gave us.
And there's a difference between the earth and the world, the terra firma and the souls in the. Okay, so I come back from deployment, right? And I pray, and God is like, this is what I've asked you to do. I've given you a burden for this. This is why you can't escape it, because this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so I finally accepted it. And I started pastoring in November of 2024.
How is it going so far? How is the actual transition from like because like some people can say like, you just stopped one day and then you just went about just going to being a pastor. How was that transition between actually like rededicating your life, actually saying that, I really actually want to do this and be full-fledged about it, and then actually go into pastoring?
That's a good question, because I've actually had people be like, oh, well, you just stopped one day. No, I didn't just stop one day. You just noticed one day. Like, it literally was a life's journey. Here we are, right? Jesus took 30 years of preparation for 3 years worth of work, right? You look through the Bible, there are all times where, Abraham was prepared for 80 years. Moses took 40 years, right? You go through all of this time. And I look in retrospect, the entirety of my life was in preparation for what I do now. Like, it wasn't, God didn't have to give me the gift, right, to be a musician, right? But he knew that I'd be in a position where I'd have to run a church and I'd have to train musicians.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to train musicians if I didn't know anything about music.
That is very true.
If I couldn't tell them suspend the 2-3 as opposed to the 4-3, how would I? Right? Come on, that's music talk.
Take me to the 4. Come on,
take me to the 4.
Listen, I will guide you.
I will follow me, and I will guide me. Now, great Jehovah. Okay, I'll walk you through 5-7. Diminish it to the 1.
I just listen to that song, please. That is crazy. I just listened to that song, literally.
So
great song.
All of the
Dorinda actually did a cover to it.
And Dorinda, let's start by saying the elect lady, Dr. Dorinda Clark, one of the greatest things to come out of the Church of God in Christ. God, we thank you.
God, we thank you.
We thank you.
The whole family. God, we thank you.
We thank you.
That Clark Empire is amazing.
It's a wonder. It actually shaped a lot of what you all listen to today.
Very much
right?
so.
From Beyonce to everybody.
Everybody.
Okay? Because Twinkie, right, is everybody's favorite organist. She is the queen of the
everybody's favorite organist.
If you shout in your church, thank Twinkie Clark, because that running bass line, Twinkie created it. That da 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 da. That's Twinkie Clark.
No, we listen. Okay. Twinkie been doing it. Been doing it well. Doing it.
You better know it. So the transition was easy because it wasn't me. Like I did what was in my power. And God did the rest. Right? It's easy for me to be like, all right, can't do that, can't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Right? Cool. God, what about all of this other stuff that I don't have no control over?
Right.
It's like, don't worry about it. I got that. What about these people that keep lying on me? Right? What about these people that keep telling the truth about me?
Right.
Huh? Because it ain't all a lie.
Listen, that is very true.
And then God was like, I'll handle them too. Don't worry about that. Do what I'm telling you to do. Right? There's a scripture that talks about when the lepers, I think it's Luke 21 or Luke 19, where the lepers went to go for their healing, right? They were told to just start walking, and the leprosy dropped off of them. And I realized that a lot of times people are like, and it's an excuse, right? People are like, oh, I can't do that. I don't got myself together. Nobody asked you to get yourself together.
No.
Those whom he called, he qualified.
Because all he needs is a yes.
That's it.
And people and the old folks say God will do the rest.
God will do the rest. Right? So me coming out of the Yes Lord Church, that's go to get yes Lord.
Yeah.
Right? I just had to give him a yes. I had to give him a real yes.
Yeah.
And my life changed. Like I didn't have to do it. I did what I could.
That is so good. Now, let me ask this. With all that you experience within your life, you know, coming from Gamp, going to Lincoln, having your podcast, even having your church, even you going to the, with you serving and things like that, overseas, stuff like that. Do you believe your life panned out the way that you wanted it to?
Absolutely not. No, my life did not pan out.
How do you feel about it?
I'm telling you that it's a wonder that my life didn't pan out how I wanted it to pan out, okay? Because what I had for me was not it at all, right? My life panned out how it needed to pan out. I met the people that I needed to meet, right? I don't think we give, and y'all know I'm churchy, we don't give God enough credit.
We don't.
Right? We trust him with things like, oh God, I got a headache. Take it away from me. Oh, I don't remember for this test. Right. But God is so much God that he's orchestrated the people you need when you need them.
Talk to me nice.
Huh? There's a song, and you know, Good Friday's coming. There's a song that says he would not come down from the cross just to save himself. He decided to save me. Right. God is so much God that it was a choice to not come down from the cross, which means that he took time to design how my life should be. And even when I messed up, he worked it for my good because all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. So even when I go through trials and tribulations, right, I am mature enough to be like David. It was good for me that I was afflicted, that I learned thy statutes. I would never know God to be a healer if I didn't get sick and the doctors couldn't do anything for me. I would never know what it meant for God to be able to comfort me until I was at a place of despair where nobody could speak to me. Right? Like so I understand that God is so much God that he would even use calamity for his glory. They don't want to talk like that. They don't. They want houses and cars. Y'all want houses and cars.
They don't want to hear this today. My Lord, I can die.
So let me tell you this. The calamity you're going through is for the glory of God. I'm coming to get you free today. Stop worrying about the how. You know, it's crazy because I used to be like that. Oh, God, how? God, how? Stop. God said, stop worrying about how. I am the how.
Oh, my God.
If I'm the way, the truth, and the life, I got to be the how.
You know what? People really have to realize we have to get out of our own way. That is the only way, because once we get out of our way, he can lead it for us. Because if we stay within that rut, stay within that space, because I was there too. I was that person too. When I said on my last podcast show, I'm just like, even was starting this platform, I'm just like, God, I really want to do it, but like, I just don't know how. Right. And he's just like, okay. Once again, I just need you to do it. I can really figure out the rest for you. I just really have to. You just have to trust me. Somebody play Richard Smallwood. You just have to. Okay. If you will only just trust me. Right. Now, I do want to ask this. I do want to pivot.
Yes.
Now, I know that your family with Angie Stone.
Yes.
And you're her cousin.
Yes.
How do you feel? Well, first and foremost, my condolences, because I know that was really hard for the family and for you and things like that. Because when I first heard about it, you were literally the first person that popped into my mind. I was like, did anybody call or text Will? Because I really have to know if he is okay. And then when I seen you post, I was just like, I feel like I'll say like, send my condolences, but I was like, sometimes reaching out like right then and there at that time, it's like, I need you to chill for a second. There's 3,000 people hitting me up. I need you to relax a little bit, literally. So how are you taking that? How has the journey been?
It's hard. Cause when we get offline, I'll show you like my my Instagrams and my messages. Angie would send me Instagram reels like in the middle of the day and in the middle of the night. And I'm just like, Angie, what?
Are you supposed to be singing?
Why are you sending me? What is this about?
Writing, producing.
Yeah, right. Like, so it is hard because anytime that I've gone to Atlanta, I call her and I'm like, Angie, I'm coming to Atlanta. She's like, all right, well, I'll be in Germany, but the house is open.
Wow.
Call Mike or call Diamond and go to the house, right? Or I had a meeting with a while ago. I had a meeting with a very, 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 very famous producer. And she says, oh, you're going to have lunch with him? Tell him that you my cousin. I got him where he is. And so it was
Wow.
really interesting to me because Angie was not like a lot of people in that industry, right? In entertainment. Angie, when I would go places, the first thing she would do is say, tell them you my cousin. Tell them.
Wow.
Put that on the line. Let them know so that when you operating in my name.
That's called love.
Angie would do that to me. She would do that for
love.
me. That's love, man. That's love.
That's
man.
real love.
I was on The Voice in 2012, and we taped in Atlanta. No, you can't go find it. I
The
made sure
archives are archived.
God, I mean, they archived good. You hear me? They archived good. And I got down there, and she was in. I think she was in. Oh, she was somewhere in Europe at the time. I think Amsterdam or Rotterdam. She was over there at the time. I called her. She says, no, when you get to the producers, let them know you my cousin. I'm like, okay. So, I get down there. We do the screen tape, the TV test. We test well, right? So we're going to move forward. I get in to where they got me signing like a 9 billion page contract, right?
They don't play about that.
They don't play about that. So I call Angie, like, Angie, I need help because my mom's an accountant by trade, right? So she knows about money. She knows business. So I call her with some questions. She's like, oh, I don't know what that means in context of music. Call Angie. So I call Angie, and Angie goes,
Come on, Aunt Angie.
and called her. I didn't have no problem calling her. She said, read it to me. Read the entire clause to me. So I'm reading it. And she go, and I say, and they said that they're going to reproduce something. They'll be able to reproduce my likeness, image, and sound in perpetuity. She said, in perpetuity. I said, is that not? She said, that means that they'll be able to reproduce anything you say, anything you look like, anything. They'll be able to run commercials, and they'll be able to make money off of you forever and not pay you.
Oh.
I said, oh, that ain't no good.
That's good.
Said, that's a no-go.
That's good.
That's a no-go.
Wow.
And so I didn't sign that contract. So I left out, but I heard in another, literally, so I'm walking down the studio and I'm on the phone with Angie and I hear, ain't nobody, love me better, right? I hear people rehearsing. I'm like, oh, they sound good. Angie says, that's Selena Johnson. Knock on that door and go in that room.
I love Selena Johnson, my Lord.
I said, Angie, I can't go in there while they reproducing. She said, I'm on the phone. Go in that door. I open up the door. They stop. They look at me. Angie, I put Angie on speaker. She says, Selena. And they get the sniggling and giggling. Monique was in the room. Like there are all these people in the room. And so they welcomed me in because of Angie. Tyson Beckford, the first male model, right, for Ralph Lauren. He's the first black male model for Ralph Lauren. A friend of mine today.
An icon, to be honest.
An icon, a legend. He paved
the way for a lot of people.
He made the way for y'all.
Y'all think nothing against Tyra Banks. Listen, love her to death. But Tyson
literally, he carved out a lane for men.
He did.
That was previously not for black men. That was previously not like y'all think y'all modeling on this Instagram. Thank Tyson.
And right? Boris Kojo too. But Boris Kojo, yeah.
Yeah, literally, like Tyson, another friend of mine, because of Angie.
Wow.
Right? Waka, like the rapper. I know him. His mom, Aunt Deb, was at the funeral.
Wow.
Because of Angie. Like all of these things were because of her. Right? So even watch this. Alicia Keys is because of Angie Stone. Right? There was no Alicia Keys until Clive Davis ran it past Angie and said, what do you think about her? There was no Jill Scott until he ran it past Angie, right? You wouldn't even have Voodoo from D'Angelo, right? Because Angie co-wrote both of those albums.
Talk to me nice.
Oh, okay. Y'all don't want this good gospel today.
Now let me ask this. Now this may take a turn. How do you feel about the way, with all that she has contributed to music, all the things that she has done? Because Miss Angie Stone has done everything from producing to writing to putting people on, even with Iana Crawley and things like that, you know, putting her on and, you know, getting songs from her that she wrote and, you know, Angie was going to sing. How do you feel about the way that the music industry treated her with all that she has contributed to the actual industry?
I hate the way the music industry treated her. And, you know, first of all, that's my cousin. Right? So blood, okay? Her granddaddy and my grandmother were brother and sister. So let's start there for all of you people out there who don't like. Okay, you can't do nothing about it. Okay, her granddaddy, Robert Williams, and my grandmother, Bessie Lee Ford, were brother and sister. All right, God bless.
Y'all do look alike.
Like legitimately,
y'all
we do
look alike.
Like you can't do nothing about it.
And now I see it more in your like your older years. Like, I can definitely see the resemblance.
The older I get, like the more I look like that side of my family.
First of all, it's already in the lip.
It is, and then in the nose. Like you can't. I mean, I couldn't deny it if I wanted to. Right. Don't want to, but I ain't.
Never
but
will.
I hate it. I hate the way they treated her. Right, because you don't even get, like, Salt and Pepper is revered, right? And shout outs to Salt and Pepper, right? But you don't get Salt and Pepper until you got the sequence. Angie Stone was the first female rap group. She was the first female rapper to get a gold record. Yeah. Anything y'all get after that is on her back. She did. Literally. Okay? Y'all don't got Salt and Pepper until you get the sequence. You watch this. You don't even got Dr. Dre's ring ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong.
Tell these
until
people.
You got Angie Stone. Because guess who wrote it? Angie wrote it. Get up, get up, get up, get up, sit back
Angie
down.
has written,
That's Angie.
Listen, Miss Angie has written so much stuff. It's really ridiculous. Because I really don't think people know how lethal her pen is.
They don't.
But not only lethal is her pen, her mind. Is very lethal. The way that she can listen to something and be like,
that ain't it.
There's a better way to do this.
Watch this. When D'Angelo went on tour for the Voodoo album, Angie arranged all of his background vocals and went on tour with him and sang background with him to make sure the vocals were right. Y'all don't even know, like, history. Y'all don't even know that, right? Like, when Mary J. Blige when they had something going on up in New York, Angie did all the vocal arrangements. Angie did the vocal arrangements, right? Back in the day when they were doing that Cedar Sinai hospital visits with Hot 97, there were only two people that showed up, Angie Stone and DMX. Like, you don't get a lot of what you have in the music industry today unless you got Angie Stone. You don't have Zaytoven, the producer, until you got Angie Stone.
I forgot about him.
Because his parents are pastors and wouldn't let him produce.
Wow.
And his mom had a conversation with Angie. Angie said, let that boy produce.
Wow.
And then he bought his mom back a $10,000 check. And she was like, oh, okay.
Okay, he can go ahead. Go ahead. Keep doing what you were doing.
Like, people, and Angie was not that kind of person that was going to go and be like, I did this, I did that, I did this.
No,
watch this.
You don't even have,
you don't even have Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk. Uptown Funk it up. Uptown Funk until you got Angie. We're going to funk you right on up. We're going to funk you right on up. You're welcome. Okay? You're welcome. You're right. You're welcome.
I'm sure that your flabbers are gasted right now.
Flabbers are gasted.
Because you guys didn't know how much she has contributed to the music industry just in general. So with her, with all that has happened and things like that, because, you know, even at the funeral when Tyler Perry stepped up and said that, you know, people need to give her money, people need to stop playing about her and things like that. How did you feel about him, you know, coming to the rescue for her?
So it's interesting because I didn't know, right? So again, I'd spoken to Tyson Beckford, and Tyson, I apologize because I don't even think the flowers got there. So Tyson said he was going to send flowers, right? Tyler Perry paid for it.
Wow.
Right? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I'm gonna say it. What you gonna do? Beat me? Can't.
You can't fight me.
Can't. And if you think you're gonna fight me and win, watch how quick people talk about they just talk to you. Okay, watch it.
I just seen him the other day.
Just seen him the other day. Did no, but Tyler had her casket in a bed of long stem roses. And it really, the thing is, Angie was never going to ask for, because she's talented enough to go out and work. Right. But at 63 years old, she shouldn't have been working. Not after all she's done.
No.
Right? Like the girls were going crazy for that How Does It Feel video, right?
Oh, yeah.
That gold chain, Angie bought it for him.
Wow.
Right? Like
I love when dots are connecting. I love when we're just connecting dots. It brings me joy. Nothing but joy.
I don't like it, but I had a conversation with Angie about the music industry, right? And she expressed to me and she exposed a lot of things to me, right? Like if you don't know who you are, that industry will eat you up and then spew you out, right? And she put it on a spiritual level, right? Because when God created music in heaven, who did he give charge over it, right? Satan.
Yeah.
When he put him out of heaven, he didn't fire him.
No.
So if he didn't fire him, who's still in charge of music today?
That same person.
So it's so easily perverted because of who's in charge, right? And so when you look at that spiritually, right, and then you look at it on an earthly basis, and I know for y'all be like, oh, that's so deep, right? But the only thing that can heal you without your knowledge is music. The only thing that can change your mindset while you're sleeping is music. The only thing that can enter your subconscious without your permission is music, right? Because music was not created in the earth. God bless. Okay, let me just go ahead and put that there for y'all. God bless. Godspeed and glory. So I am not surprised that Angie was treated that way. Neither was she, because we know the caliber of people that run the music industry. We know the gatekeepers. Like we pretend like, oh, we not gonna say their names. Yes, we will. Yeah, and will.
Yeah, because I mean, we obviously know some names.
And do know the names. Do know them.
And this isn't hearsay.
I promise you it's not hearsay. I was there.
This is concrete.
This is concrete. This is as solid as this table is, okay? I know for myself. I was there. I've been in some of them boardrooms. I've been in some of them meetings. And I'm just like, y'all gonna do what now?
Yeah, because somebody was just talking on another podcast where his wife was presented with a package saying that, you know, if you do this and do that, you'll get fortune and fame. Yep. And he was just like, the wife was like, so I need to do this, and that, and I need to practice witchcraft. I need to practice all this stuff in order to get that fortune and fame. I'm okay. Like I don't need to do that. I'll let my gift speak and make room for me.
And that was it. Angie was so gifted that what she did is going to last lifetimes. Like she passed away, and in her death sold 20,000 plus albums. The day she died.
Yeah.
20,000 albums. Like that's insane.
No, it is insane.
Right, but she was so instrumental in the. You don't even have the culture if you don't have Angie Stone. You don't even have it. Like that's real.
I really want y'all to get that in your spirit, because literally, if it really was for Angie Stone, like you said, we wouldn't know a lot of people. Like seriously, not at all. Now let me ask this too. This, please bear with me. Y'all know I do a little shade stuff in there. So, how did you feel about Monique stepping into the ring and using Angie Stone's funeral as, you know, a time to chime in and say like, hey, you fought for Angie Stone, but what about fighting for me? How did you feel about it? Do you think that was distasteful, the way she did it?
I understand why she did what she did, but I govern myself with two words: time and place. There's a time and place for everything. And Monique, my cousin's death was not the time or the place. You have a personal gripe with this man. You need to call that man. You got his number.
But she did.
Okay, well then call him again.
He didn't answer.
Well.
See, I even commented when she did it. I was probably one of the first ones that commented, and I was just like, now, you know, I love being your sweet baby. Like I really, if anybody knows, I love Monique down.
He's always loved Monique.
No, I have always loved her. I have always been in her corner, literally. And so when I seen that, I was like, I've been your sweet baby for a very long time. A very long time. Now, I love you, and not many people are probably going to tell you this, and probably your husband wants to, because I really think that he's something else as well. But we're not going to talk about families and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. But like, you have to know when is the right time to do that. Absolutely. And at that time, that was never going to be the right time for you to clarify something or let somebody say, hey, take the attention off of her, but put it on me, because I've been trying to get in touch with you for a long time. Right. I thought it was very, very distasteful.
And here's the overarching thing for me. If it's so concrete, right? If it's so evident, call up an attorney and sue him. Don't use my cousin's death as the time or your platform. Don't do that, because that will get you cussed out.
That will. I'm sorry. Not only cursed out. Something like that when it comes to family. When literally what in the midst of people still grieving.
Like we're walking out of the church.
Like literally, did this happen like the next day or 2 days later?
Yes.
And I was just like, you have to be kidding me. Like you have to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And then for you to post it, like,
and then you posted
I really don't understand. Like, and I believe that she was on like a podcast or something like that, right? So my thing is like, even that person that podcasted, that person that was holding the interview, you're a clout chaser. Because you were literally trying to get something out of somebody that you knew wasn't going to be in good light and try to put her in a bad situation.
And watch this. So Miss Deb was at the funeral, right? That's Waka's mom. Everybody knows Miss Deb, right? Mm-hmm. People were trying to take pictures with Miss Deb, right? We at the cemetery.
Why?
And because, she's a celebrity, right?
No, I get that.
You know what Miss Deb said? Time and place, baby. Now is not the time and it's not the place.
It is not the time.
It's so easy to just think, is this the right time or is this the right place? If you for 1 second have to hesitate and be like, well, if you got to do all that,
it's really not the right time. It's not the right time. Like people really have to understand, like, I tell people to think critically.
See.
Because now thinking is okay.
Thinking's okay. Come talk to that. Help the people.
Thinking is okay.
Help the people.
But the critical part is really crucial because that makes you think beyond.
Yes.
Because right now you're thinking on the surface,
yes.
Right? But when you think critically, you're going deeper into the situation so that you're able to understand a little bit better,
right,
as to why I would do something like that. Because Monique didn't think critically.
She definitely didn't think critically.
She really didn't think. She thought in that moment. She thought that this was a great moment, but it was never a great moment at all.
Somebody's death is never a great moment to make your point.
Thank you. Because even when 50 Cent was happy when I forgot when Irv Gotti passed away, and he was like sending laughing emojis, and people literally came into my DM talking about like, how would you feel if somebody did this or you did that to you? I'm just like, yes, I feel some type of way, but one thing I never played with is death.
Right.
I don't do that because we already know where life and death lies. It's in the power of the tongue, right?
That's the book.
So you already know that whatever that you're going to say, it could come back to you.
Could.
The same people, the same person that you're laughing at is going to be the same people laughing at you when you be in your box.
It's the truth.
And then obviously Irv Gotti won't even hear this, at all. But at the same time, like, you have to know when it's a time and a place for stuff. Somebody's mother is grieving, somebody's brother's grieving, somebody's sister, like. Yes. We have to know the timing, y'all. Like, we really, really have to know. Yes. And I really think, even to this day, Monique, I love you, but I think it was very distasteful.
I think we as a people need to understand the concept of time and place much better than we do now.
Oh.
That's a word. Ushers, close the doors.
Mark that on your couch. Close the doors.
It's offering time. Okay,
that may not be our theme. Close the doors. Now, I do want to ask this one. I know this may ruffle some feathers with you. Okay. Now, you did speak at the funeral.
I did.
And you did a fantastic job. I think, first of all, I was watching it live, okay, on YouTube, okay? I'm watching it live, and then I'm just like, I know that's not William. Okay, I'm sorry. Everybody know, I call everybody by their full first name. I'm so sorry.
He's been doing that forever, too. He's been doing that forever.
Listen, even my friend Samuel, he already know I'm not calling you.
Full name.
But I'm not the full name.
Full name. He does.
And so, Lord, I lost my train of thought. When it came to me seeing you on there, I said, William. I said, I think I made it. I feel like if you up there, I'm up there.
Right.
You know?
Because I'm taking you with me.
I feel like we were hand in hand. You know? So the people called you out.
Yes.
The people said that, you plagiarized. The people said that you went up there and you went verbatim with what another pastor said a couple years ago, or some time back, and they said that you just like memorized somebody else's sermon, memorized somebody else's words, and those were the words that you displayed at the funeral. What are your thoughts on people even trying to call you out on that?
So here's the thing, right? I don't, and this is going to be a little nasty. My response is going to be a little nasty.
I'm here for it.
I know you are.
It's the Police or Erkby show. Listen.
There are a couple things, right? The first thing is that some of those people were the same people who were teeth and palms with me at Memphis and Holy Convocation trying to find out where I was going to eat afterward. So let's start there. That's number one. Number two, some of those people were in my DMs trying to figure out, hey, Doc, what you doing after service? That's number two, right? Number three is, if you were sitting next to me, you wouldn't say anything crazy because I'd punch you in the face. Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. People at the very, because then people don't know me, right? Y'all, you know I don't tolerate you can't say nothing. You just can't say anything out your mouth sitting. I wish you would say something. Yeah. Okay. Say that sitting next to me.
No, I actually wish you would.
Literally wish you would. And guess what? When I go to AIM in June or July, and when I go to Holy Convocation this November, those are going to be the same people sniggling in my face trying to find out what I'm doing next because I'm a quasi-celebrity to them. So let's stop with the nonsense. That's that, okay? That's all point number one, all right? Point number two is, what they don't know is co-pastor Susie Owens and my aunt, the Bishop Carrie J. Surratt, are really good friends. And Susie Owens is a good family friend. And I had permission to say what she said at Nathan Simmons' funeral in 2007. Let's start there, okay? They don't even know that I had permission. Oh, it's quiet in this church. Okay.
Chirp.
The thing is, I legitimately just forgot to say that it came from co-pastor Susie Owens because the clock in the back that gave me my time was flashing double zeros. Okay? Because we were streaming live on TV. I had to get on. And here's the last and final point. And I got this. It's also going to be nasty, okay? The people that had so much to say watched it online. I was in the place speaking. On both times, my name is printed in the program that y'all are going to pay for on AuntieAngie.com. Y'all can go ahead and get y'all commemorative obituary, okay?
Oh, I want one.
My name is in the book. Oh, okay.
And the Book of Life.
And the Book of Life. And y'all just watched it from where you were. In your respective hometowns. Okay, God bless. You watched it.
Kingdom y'all can barely afford. Let me not get in trouble.
Don't, please. But you know, it's interesting. I don't mind that, right? People were like calling me like, are you okay? Why would I not be okay? The internet is not a real place. I turned my phone off and none of them people existed to me. I don't even know your name. Like, a lot of them people, I don't even know your names.
No, because some people were coming out of the woodworks, and I was just like, because you know, a lot of what they call like big social media platforms picked it up.
Yeah, of course.
Then I was just like, I'm sorry, what is going on?
What's happening?
What is really happening? Like, I'm trying to understand, because usually the first thing that I thought of was, and this is no shade to like other church or anything like that. Sometimes we all say the same words, the same sentences.
We all say the same exact thing all the time.
All the time. And sometimes some people use the same scriptures and things like that. So like, of course, like sentences can be constructed and literally almost be the same.
Let me say, I did say what co-pastor Susie Owens said. The other thing is, though, I have a 153 IQ, so I can remember most anything all the time, right?
You're very intelligent.
I'm not no dummy, right? Y'all upset. Okay, pick it up. That's fodder, right? I spoke to, I don't know if I should name drop them.
We're always here for a name drop. Right. This is a piece of Erkme show. So
I spoke, a very good, really good friends of mine, like literally my brothers, Grammy nominated singer and songwriter Travis Malloy reached out to me. Okay. Okay.
Let me tell you how much Travis pissed me off. I'm sorry. Give me a second. No.
Go off.
No, Travis, you really pissed me off. Like, there was... Okay, so I first got introduced to Travis like some odd years ago. I'm sorry, he was doing I think it was during COVID or something like that, or probably before, because he did a show, and I remember like it was yesterday. He sang "Love" with Kim Burrell. Iana Crawley was his soprano.
Yes.
That was the first time I was ever introduced to him. So ever since then, I instantly fell in love, because I'm just like, I never heard a man for the first time really have great bridges between his full voice and his falsetto, and his range is really out of this world. So then when I seen him do a song with Leandria and Daryl Walls, I said, sir, go to hell. Because we're not about to do this. You put two of my faves on a song together. Literally. And then also with Dr. Vanessa Bell Armstrong. I said, not you in there producing a song. I said, sir, you have to go. And then also when he did, even with Tasha Page Lockhart, I love him when he's wherever he's at. Wherever it's blessed wherever you record. My Lord. But every single time I see him, I love the way that he he thinks. I think he is literally a musical genius. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So
you still irk me. Okay, just want to say that.
So yes, Travis is a musical genius, and a lot of people don't know that. And he's right out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Okay? And so me and Travis have been really good friends for years. A lot of people didn't know that. Right. He called me. I talked to Larry Reed, and this is what Larry told me you should do. Brother, you know I love you, and ain't nothing you can do. This is Travis talking to me.
Wow.
Ain't nothing you can say or do that's going to make me think of you different. A, B, C, D, and E. I know you. I'm not worried about anything these people are saying. Use it to your benefit.
Whew.
He says people are going to talk. Whether they talking bad or they talking good, they're going to talk.
Listen, because when you even said on Facebook, listen, this how far him and I go back. We've been Facebook friends for a long time.
For centuries.
Because when you said that you were going to talk about it on Bro Talk Live, I was like, well, I'm already there. Usually most of the time. Anyway, so, just to be another regular day, just in front of my phone, just like, what they say, what happened. So, I really thought that it was very shameful for people to take it the way that they took it. I really thought that I was just like, well, first and foremost, you guys don't know William. Like, you guys don't know him. And with me knowing you, I was just like, okay, and
what's next? So it gets better, right? It gets better. So I had a friend of mine, she called me like, you need to delete your social media and don't advertise your church because A, B, C, D, and E. And I don't want them people, they gonna do this, they gonna do that.
Go sit with those same people.
Watch this. The presidium of my church called. I spoke to some of the bishops that are on our general board, called me. Hey, are you okay? I said, yeah, I'm good. Don't think nothing of it. Worse things have happened. There's been worse things that have happened.
Worse situations.
And you'll outlive this. My own bishop called me. Hey, you good? My pastor called me. Don't worry about them. Because guess what? I never lifted. I never plagiarized no sermon.
No.
I got the oil for real. You can come to my church.
For real.
Sunday. I got it for real.
For real.
I don't need to do no guessing.
No. It's right
what
here.
I understood, right, was that Tyler Perry was streaming this on television that you all watched. Okay. And that
from your respective homes.
From your like respective homes. Okay.
Because I wasn't there. I ain't getting invited.
Okay. And those of you who were in the audience had to register. Okay. Okay. God bless everybody. I just want to make it clear.
I just want everybody to be blessed.
Cousin.
I really want everybody to be blessed, literally.
So I'm free from that too. Why they can't hold nothing over me?
No, well, first of all, they never could in the first place, because when God already touches something, there's nothing that anybody can over touch.
They can't, because
you can't over touch the hand of God already. You literally can't.
You cannot.
And that's like science.
That's actual science. That's actual science. That's actual
beyond the book. That's once his hand is on me and he's covered me, nothing can ever go around that. Can never top that or even go. No, that can never happen.
Now watch this, right? Because there was a time that I'd ask God. I said, God, I want my name to go all around the world. I didn't know how he was going to do that. Woo! And guess what? Played in my face. Okay. Because that's how he
said, oh, I got you today.
Oh, that's how you was going to do
Today's the day.
Roger that, sir. And so literally people have followed me. Now I'm not big on I don't really care to be famous, right? That's not my thing. That makes me nervous. It always has.
That is very true as well.
Like people just walking up to you like, whoa, play.
Give me a second.
Like literally when we had left the funeral, and I had gone to the market, somebody walking me was like, oh, you, Angie Stone, wasn't you at the funeral? Please back up.
No. I'm thinking 10 feet.
Because at least. Matter of fact, close your eyes and let's play hide and seek. Okay? And you'll come find me. Don't do that. I don't like that, right?
No.
But in your homes, y'all know who I am. Okay, God bless. All right.
Godspeed.
Godspeed and glory. I'm trying to free y'all today.
I do want to play a game.
Let's do it.
Now, this game, it may really get you in trouble, okay? So this game is called vocal roulette. Okay, the game is called Vocal Roulette. All right, and I'm gonna name 2 singers. All right, you can only choose them off of vocals and vocals only. Okay, we're not talking about album sales. We're not talking about the life that they live. We're not saying how many followers that they have. We're talking strictly vocals and vocals only. Okay,
all right,
you ready?
Let's do it.
I have 10 pairs. Okay,
you about to wear
let's
me out.
Start. Number 1, Kara Clark Sheard or Dorinda Clark Cole? Gotta think fast.
What? Why would you do that?
You gotta think fast.
That's where we're starting?
We're starting.
That's
worse than
where
this.
we're starting? Dorinda.
Dorinda? Okay. Okay. Does that make you tremble a little bit?
My goodness. Why would we start right there? Vocals alone?
Vocals alone. Vocals
my
alone.
gosh.
So number 1 went to Dorinda. Okay. Even though, listen,
I'm gonna dial it back.
We
Okay,
we love all the Clarks.
I'm dialing it back. I'm gonna go Karen. I'm gonna go Karen.
Why?
God, why are we doing this?
Why are you going back to Karen?
No, I don't know. Because I want both of them to have my answer recorded. Both of their names on the record.
Okay, I don't want to mess up now. One opportunity, and I mean now one
Jesus.
whatsoever. So, is it a tie?
So it really, yeah, because so for me, you said vocals, right?
Vocals only.
But you know what goes into vocals is how you hear.
Yeah,
And the both of them hear differently.
very much so.
Right.
Differently.
And so Karen has more of a melismatic, operatic, almost classical approach to music, where Dorinda has this jazz approach.
Yeah.
Where it's like
that's
a
really
jazz
like
piano. It's like
gutty. It's very
Yes, it's like, how'd you
to
even
me.
hear
Like to
that?
me, always when I think of Dorinda's voice, she gives me an organ.
Yes,
like at
it's like a Hammond
all
B3.
times.
Yes.
Like literally,
It's like
literally
a jazz
an
organ.
No,
Like,
it really is. Yeah.
legitimately is. And so I really can't choose one because they both appeal as a classically trained musician. I love saying that. I love
They know their
saying that.
stuff, you know?
Do know. They know and they can hear, so they appeal to me to different sides. Like, you know, so.
Okay, all right, it's a tie. Okay, it's a tie. All right, the next one. Okay, I feel like he's sweating already.
I'm sweating because why would you do this to me?
Daryl Walls or Zacardi Cortez?
Oh my God.
Vocals only. This should be
Zacardi.
Zacardi? Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'm here for that. All right, Yolanda Adams or Tamla Mann?
Yolanda.
Yolanda, really? Why choose Yolanda?
There's nothing Yolanda Adams cannot sing.
There's nothing.
Not one thing.
And I mean nothing.
And I'm not
whatsoever.
One thing. And her range has almost zero limits.
No, really.
Like
She can really do everything.
Thank you, Tamala, for singing at the funeral. I love you.
No,
I love you.
Tam sang down for sure.
She did.
Next one, Leandria Johnson or Kiara Sheard Kelly?
Kiara.
Kiara, okay.
She's Kojic and I'm Kojic.
Okay.
I got it. But also, Kiara sounds like all of her aunts.
Yeah, all
She
mixed
can
in
do
one.
all of them.
All mixed in one.
At the same time.
All
I'm just
mixed
like,
in one.
what?
Because the way she preaches like Aunt Dorinda, I'm just like, there's just no way that you're really doing this. And you know, Kiara really loves the Lord.
It loves him
Like
for real.
she loves him for real.
For real.
Guts and all. Literally.
For real.
Because God is up to something, my Lord. And next one, Reverend James Moore or Daryl Coley?
Daryl.
Daryl, okay,
Daryl
okay.
Coley.
I was gonna say Rev, but
Okay,
the way,
yeah.
but the way Daryl thinks, I mean, the way he holds
Right.
out them notes, the way
Literally,
that
I'm just like,
he can work a song.
How did you hear that?
No, it's really, really crazy.
Oh.
Okay, next one, Donnie McClurkin or Walter Hawkins?
Oh my God.
He's gonna get in trouble. I love this. don't show this to your gospel artist friends, Lord.
Walter Hawkins.
Walter Hawkins. Okay, good. Listen, because I was thinking the same too. Next one, Fred Hammond or Marvin Sapp?
Fred Hammond.
Fred Hammond. See, that's why I love Willie. That's why I love him. Okay, producer wise, Donald Lawrence or Kirk Franklin?
Oh, whoa.
Producer wise.
Jeez.
Gee Willikers.
Golly. Oh. God, man. I don't know. I'm going.
Come on, you can do it.
I'm gonna go with Donald.
Donald. Okay.
I'm gonna go with Donald Lawrence.
I was gonna go with Donald too. Okay, last one. Jonathan McReynolds or Molly Music?
I'm walking out here. I'm leaving. Oh. I don't know. Why are you doing this to me?
Come on here. It's very easy. Come on.
I don't know because sometimes that voice can get a little thin and whiny.
We're talking Jonathan.
Yes.
Okay.
And Molly has
I love your honesty right now.
Well,
Well, Jonathan can do no wrong in my eyes. I mean, I think he's just amazing.
But just from sometimes it gets a little whiny, and I'm like, that's a lot of words for you to be whining over.
Okay.
But the way he hears is outrageous
out this
to me.
world. Literally out this world.
I'm going with Molly.
You going Molly? Okay.
I know you would have chosen Jonathan.
I would have chose Jonathan. You know me and Jade and I, we know that Jonathan just does no wrong. Like Jonathan can call me out of my name and I'll be like, you're right. I mean,
actually, that's
I probably did do that. You're probably totally right. That's totally fine. No, but this was so much fun. Will, thank you so much for coming here.
I'm so tore up now. You just tore me up.
I really feel like we were just picking right back up where we started.
Yes.
Like literally from even the last time that we've seen each other. But tell the people what's next that's coming up for you.
Easter Sunday. Y'all can catch me at the resurrection of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ because Jesus lives. No.
Forever.
And
Kurt Franklin said forever and ever.
No, Tuesday night at 10 p.m., Bro Talk Live. And then, I did write a book. I published a book called Wisdom Wednesday.
You
did write me a book 5 years ago during the pandemic, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I turned 30 then. So
okay.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
A little fun fact, give a little timestamp,
Yes, I did write and published a book. It's called Wisdom Wednesday, the book, Volume 1. I am working on Volume 2. So you can buy that book on Amazon.com. It is on sale, but you can catch me every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock p.m. on brotalklive.com, where I will be.
Yes. First of all, this is royalty. If anybody knows, he even tell by the glasses that he just royalty here, literally. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm so excited that you guys came in here with me, came in here as a beautiful, beautiful guest today, as Will has come in here. Make sure you guys like. Oh my God, make sure you guys comment. Oh my God, and then make sure you subscribe a little bit. Also hit the bell so we can twerk a little bit too. So every single time that I'm on here and every single time that I upload and post, okay? I love you guys, and until next time, don't go around irking other people, okay? Because only I can do that. Okay, all right, I love y'all. Until next time, bye.